Hi, I'm Sam Weigel with Flying Magazine, and I'm here at the 2021 National Championship Air Races, better known as the Reno Air Races. Tucked into the eastern side of the Sierra Nevada, about 40 miles from Lake Tahoe, Reno, Nevada is mostly known for its gambling industry, a sort of older, gentler, slower Las Vegas. But in the world of aviation, Reno is synonymous with unlimited speed. The Reno Air Races trace their lineage to the famous National Air Races, held between 1921 and 1949 in a number of locations, most famously in Cleveland. The event went on hiatus after 1949 due to a tragic P-51 crash that killed several bystanders, but was resurrected as the National Championship Air Races in Reno in 1964. The Reno Air Races have since been held every September, except for 2020, and today it is the sole remaining venue in the United States for pylon air racing, often described as the world's fastest motorsport. For many race fans, Reno's star attraction is the Unlimited class. Sleek, powerful, and loud modified World War II fighters tearing around the racecourse at speeds up to 450 miles per hour. Many famous names have dominated the Unlimited class: Rare Bear, Strega, Voodoo, current champion Dreadnought, and Dago Red, which still holds the all-time class record of 507 miles per hour. But there are actually 6 classes racing at Reno, and several feature aircraft just as fast as the Unlimited racers. The Jet class, which primarily features Czechoslovakian L-29 and L-39 jet trainers, routinely surpasses 500 miles per hour. The Sport class, open to all experimental aircraft of under 1,000 inches displacement, is a hotbed of racing innovation and now includes several fire-breathing Lancers and Glassairs exceeding speeds of 400 miles per hour. Sport has grown to become Reno's largest class, in many years fielding up to 40 entrants. The T6 class, although considerably slower than Unlimited, is a crowd pleaser, with the world's fastest and loudest T6 Texans splitting the air with radial engines and long props. And there are several classes of racing attainable to the skilled pilot of modest means. Biplane, with mostly Pitt's S1, S1C, and S1S models, and Formula One, featuring tiny single-place types like the Cassett Special and Midget Mustang, powered by Continental O200 engines putting out considerably more power than your average Cessna 150. Reno is a week-long affair, with practice and qualification laps taking place from Monday through Wednesday. Racing starts with the first heats of Thursday and extends through the final races of Sunday, with the tension and lap speeds steadily ramping upwards over the weekend as ever-growing crowds fill the grandstands and box seats. But there's plenty to occupy one's attention other than pylon racing. Many fans wander the exhibition areas and racing pits, where they can ogle their favorite aircraft and chat with racing pilots and crews. Look up between races and you'll find aerobatic and comedy routines and military aviation demonstrations. New for 2021, and an instant fan favorite, is Reno's 7th racing class, the first that doesn't involve laps around pylons, STOL Drag racing. Born from the longtime Valdez, Alaska short takeoff and landing competition, and newer similar competitions at Oshkosh and other air shows, STOL Drag is a new concept that tests not only takeoff and landing prowess, but also top-line speed in between. Pilots compete head-to-head from a standing start, taking off and racing 2,000 feet down the dirt airstrip, where they land, stop, turn around, and take off again, racing back to the start line. The first aircraft to come to a complete stop wins. It's a simple and interesting format. The abrupt transition from roaring engines and all-out speed to idle power and monster slips, making for a crowd-pleasing spectacle. But the focus at Reno remains what it's always been: competitors duking it out on the bleeding edge, flashing across the desert scrub around Reno State Airport at thrillingly low altitudes. It's a spectacle of speed and power, skill and guts, and implied danger. In fact, The Reno Air Racing Association has extensive rules and procedures in place to make the racing as safe as possible. But, over the years, accidents have happened. This year was the 10th anniversary of Reno's worst ever disaster, when the P-51 Galloping Ghost suffered a control failure that resulted in a sharp pitch-up, roll, and crash into the box seats, killing pilot Jimmy Leeward and 10 spectators and injuring 69 others. At the time, many thought it was the end of pylon racing in the United States, but the Reno Air Races survived and continued with additional safety measures in place. Only one fatality has occurred at the races since. Thankfully, this year's running was a safe and successful one for racers and spectators. Gusty winds associated with a frontal passage resulted in several canceled races over the weekend, but fans were still treated to a number of thrilling outings. Dreadnought continued its domination of the Unlimited class at 426 miles per hour, while L-29 Viper edged out previous champion Just Lucky in the Jet class with a 502 mile per hour finish. The Sport class featured a fantastic silver race with finishers 2 through 5 within 3.5 seconds of each other, and in the Sport Gold race, Jeff Lavelle and his Glass Air 3 unseated previous champion Andrew Finley with a finish just over 400 miles per hour. The new STOL Drag class was an unqualified success, with longtime STOL competitor Toby Ashley taking top honors in his highly modified Carbon Cub. And there is little doubt that the STOL Drag class, like the Reno Air Races, will be a fixture here for years to come.